Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to use Microsoft Teams. I will be showing you all of the functionality inside of Teams, including the differences between workspaces and channels, how to use channels to effectively organize your team, how you can use the chat feature in order to effectively communicate with the rest of your organization, and much more. So even if you have never used Teams before, all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial and you will walk away as a Microsoft Teams expert. So once we have Microsoft Teams loaded up, you can see this is the dashboard that we will be taken to. Over here on the left hand side, this is the main navigation menu, and this is where we navigate to all of the different sections on Teams. Let's first of all start out with this main Teams section, as this is really the lifeblood of Teams, and this is where 80% of everything happens. You can see inside of the Teams area that I currently have 3 teams that I created. And if you need to join a new team for your organization, the way that you do this is just by clicking on this plus icon right here and clicking on Join Team. It's then going to ask you to join a team with a code. So just go to your organization, your company, or your school, ask them for a code, and then you will be able to enter the join code in right here. Alternatively, if you want to create your own team, then all we have to do here is once again click on this plus icon, and this time we can click on create team. So I can go right there, then we can give the team a name. Let's say, for example, that I am creating a coffee brand and I want to create a team for this. Then I'm just going to enter the name right here as GeForce Coffee Brand. Then we can add a description right here. You can choose to add a description, or honestly, you can leave this blank as well. It doesn't really matter. And then for the team type, we can choose between private and public. So private basically means that people need permission to join. You need to give them either a link or an invite code. And public means anybody in your organization can join. Let's set this to private and then click on create. And just like that, it's going to create that team. And as you can see, this new team is now over here on the left-hand side. Once you have joined the team, it's going to show up like this. So for example, if I just joined GeForce North YouTube, then it's going to show up right here under your teams. So if I just close these all back up, these are 3 teams that I am a part of. Inside of teams, inside of each team that you have, if we click on this drop down arrow, you can see that we kind of have subcategories within that team, and these subcategories are called channels. You can use and create channels to essentially split up your team into different divisions. For example, with this one for my YouTube channel, I have a general area. I then have a content ideas area where myself and my team can talk about content ideas. We then have a recording section where we can talk about recording, and then thumbnails, of course, to discuss thumbnails and create thumbnails right here. What we can also do is we can add new channels into a specific team. So to do this, we just once again click on this plus icon, and then we can click on create channel. Now under the channel section, we can now choose a team to add this channel to. So let's say that for my YouTube channel, I want a place that me and my team can talk about affiliate marketing on YouTube. So in here, I'm going to select the team, then of course select YouTube. Then we can choose the channel name. So I'm going to call this affiliate marketing. Then we can add a description once again, choose the channel type. So standard, meaning everybody on the team have access. So anybody who is involved in GeForce North YouTube, they would have access to this channel. Shared means that even people outside your organization can also have access to this. Or private, meaning only specific people on this team can have access. So my team might be 30 people, but what I can do is I can click on private, and then I can choose maybe 10 out of those 30, and only they would have access to this channel. But let's just set this to standard, and then click on create. And then as you can see right here, that affiliate marketing channel is now going to be added. Now, the whole idea of Teams is that you will be communicating with other people. So let's now take a look at how we can add people to our teams. To do this, we just want to select the team that we are going to add people to. So let's go GeForce North YouTube. And then we can click on these 3 dots on the right-hand side of this team name. Then we can go down right here to add member. We can click on this. And it's now going to ask what member do we want to add to this team. So all we have to do is click on this box and enter in their email. Then we can add them right here and call this guy James. Then we can click on add. And just like that, James is now going to be added to my team. Perfect. So we can now add members to our teams and start building our team out and getting all of our team members and organization involved. Some other things that we can do when it comes to teams and channels right here is we can also go into the main settings. So once again, let's click on these three dots and then we can go to manage team. In here, we can see all of the members that are a part of the team. We can then see anybody who is requesting to join the team and we can accept or decline them right here. We can then manage all of the channels. So right here in the channels area, we can choose which of these channels is going to show for me, which of these channels is going to show for my members. So let's just turn these on. I want everybody to be able to see all of these. We can see the description, we can see the type that this channel is, and we can also see the last activity. Over here on settings, this is where we can make changes to this channel. So for example, we might want to click in and edit this. This is where we can edit the team name, the description, and the privacy. We can also add a team picture right here. So if I wanted to add an image to this icon, I can go change picture, upload, and then I can select the picture from my computer right here and save that as the icon. Next, let's take a look at the real meat and potatoes of Microsoft Teams and see how you can start communicating with your team. Now, as you can see, because this is a fresh new account that I just set up for this tutorial, there is nothing in any of these channels yet on any of the teams that I have created. So what we can do is go into any of these channels and make the first post. So let's say for the affiliate marketing channel, this is the one that we are currently on, and we can see up at the top the current channel we have selected. So this is affiliate marketing. Let's click right here on start a post, and we can go in and make the first post to this channel. So I'm just going to make this a welcome post and say welcome to the affiliate marketing channel. We can have this as the title, and then we can go down and we can start crafting a message here. So I just said welcome to the GeForce North affiliate marketing channel. We can then click on post right here, and this is how Teams is going to show your posts. So we can see the first post is made right here, and then our team members will be able to come along. They will be able to click on reply, and they will be able to reply to this. So let's imagine that I am in one of my team members' accounts. I can say, hey Riley, excited to get started. Then as a team member, I can send this. And now everybody in the team will be able to see the reply that I made to this original post. So I'm not entirely sure what their actual name is within Teams, but I like to call these threads. So when we have a post and then we have a conversation under it in the replies, I like to call this threads. And it's kind of like a Facebook post where you have the initial post right here, and then you have the comments under it where people can have a conversation, they can reply to each other, they can react to these messages, and that's how we can set up posts. Now, what we can also do if we do go into start a new post is we have a few other options and things that we can play around with here. So let's say that I want to create a new post and I want to show my team how to find new affiliate programs. So just to show you this once again, let's go into content ideas. We can then start a post, and in the subject, I can say, we need some new content ideas. Then for the message, I can say, drop your content ideas below. Then we can post this. And then the rest of my team, once I have them invited, will be able to come along and reply to this post and basically say and they could say software reviews, post that. We could go for a Microsoft Word tutorial. And then the rest of the team will be able to come along. If they like the idea, then maybe they can drop a thumbs up. And if they don't like the idea, then they can come in here and drop a thumbs down. Like that. Perfect. We can also really add different things into this post right here. So let's say I want to go back to affiliate marketing. Let's start a new post. And let's say this time I want to give my team some instructions on how to find some affiliate marketing programs. So I can go in here and just start typing like normal. But look at this. Along the top, we have all of these different formatting options. So in here, I'm going to say step-by-step instructions on how to find affiliate marketing programs. Step-by-step instructions on how to find affiliate marketing programs. And then what we can do is we can highlight this and use these format settings at the top. So if we go for bold, then it's going to bold this text right here. We can also go for italics. We can go for an underline, a strike through. So I'm just going to leave this as bold and underlined. That looks awesome. We can also change the text color. So if we want to click in and change this to like red, for example, then we can change the text color right here. But let's just go back to normal. We can also drop this as a bulleted or numbered list. So in this example, I'm going to go for a numbered list, and then I can write out all of these instructions. So I'm going to say step 1 is sign up. Oopsie, looks like we're still bold and underlined right there. Sign up for PartnerStack, which is one of my favorite places to get affiliate marketing programs. Step 2, go to the software section. Step 3, find a brand that aligns with our goals. And step 4, apply to the program. What we also might want to do is right here on PartnerStack, I might want to add a link here to make it easier for my team to navigate to that website. So we can actually do this using this link section. However, before we go into that, let's actually go over to PartnerStack first of all. So we can go to PartnerStack. And then all I'm going to do, because I want my team to be taken to this login screen, is copy this URL from the top. Then we can go back over to Teams, highlight PartnerStack, and then we can add this link address in right here. So we can click on Insert. And just like that, my team can now click on this, and they will be taken straight over to PartnerStack. So I'm going to send this for now. However, there is a bunch of other options that we have inside of this post section. One thing that we can do is click on these 3 dots and look at all of these different things that we have. We can increase or decrease the indent. We can add a table. So we can click on Insert Table right here. Choose the size of the table. And look at that. I now have a table that I can use as a post. So I could go out and I could just start filling out this table right here, filling whatever I want to in this. And then once we click on post, this is how it's going to look. And I can drop a full table in here. Once you have sent posts, what we can also do is if you realize that you made a mistake, we can click on this pencil icon and we can go in and we can edit this. So maybe in here, I actually want to say, let me know if you have any questions. Just like that. And then we can click on post. And that is now going to be edited. Something else I completely forgot to show you in this post section is that we can actually attach files as well. So we can go in here, we can choose to attach a file. And if you have any images or any videos that you would like to upload, well, we can do that right here. So we just click on upload from this device. Then just as an example, I'm going to upload this image, but we can type out whatever we want to type out. Click on post, and then it's going to send your attachment right here. So whether this is a file, an image, or a video, something relating to what you need to do, your team can come in here, click on this, and then they will be able to download that file. If you see a certain post that is important or something that your team need to be reminded of, then what we can do is click on these 3 dots, and we can actually pin this post. So this message will be pinned for everybody who views the channel. We can click on pin right here. And this post is now pinned. We can also delete a post at any time. So let me just go in and unpin this right here. What we can do is click on these 3 dots, and then we can actually delete this right here. So if we have a post that we don't want anymore, we can delete this. And it is going to show up saying this message has been deleted. So people will be able to see. And if you want to undo the delete, then we just click on this undo button and it's going to come back. Up here at the top, we can also flick between posts, files, and notes. So if we go into files, this is just going to show us all of the files that have been uploaded to this particular channel. So as you can see, because I posted this file and uploaded this, if I now go over to files, this is just going to show me a much more compact version of all of the files that have ever been uploaded. So instead of having to scroll back through thousands and thousands of messages to try and find a file, well, I can just go to files right here and I can see the file that I want, click on this, and then we can go in and download this. That brings up another point, because what if you remember a post from a long time ago, but you don't really want to scroll up through thousands of messages to try and find it? Well, that is where this search feature comes in on this right-hand side. So all we have to do is go to these 3 dots, find in channel, and then I remember this is about affiliate marketing programs, so I'm just going to type in programs, like that. And then just like that, it's going to pop up and show me all of the posts that have my chosen word in them. So I can click on this, and then it's going to take me directly over to that post, and I can now see that post again. So this is a really awesome and super helpful feature that Teams have. The final thing that we are going to talk about in this Teams section is about meetings. So in terms of meetings, we can go up here, and if we click on this drop down arrow, we basically have two options. We can either meet now or we can schedule a meeting. So if we go to meet now, what this is going to do is open up a call. So I can set everything up right here. I can turn my camera on. I assume this is going to be a really flattering angle. Yes, it is. But basically, we can turn the camera on right there. We can go into effects and avatars. And for example, if my background is like, there's a lot going on, maybe I'm in a cafe or something. Well, what I could do is turn on the blur. As you can see, you can't really see my background at all. We have a few other backgrounds, so some of these look really awesome. We can choose between these. Or alternatively, I probably wouldn't recommend this if you're in like a professional business meeting, but we can basically go in here and we can add like little silly filters to ourselves. This is meant to give me like a cat head. I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. So you can see I've got a cat on my head right now. We have a few other of these filters, so you can definitely play around with these and see if you like any of them, if they fit in. But most importantly, what we can do is go over to PC and mic. We can turn up the volume. We can choose if we want to cut audio out. But if we click on join now, this is going to create that meeting and it's going to invite everybody who is in that specific channel. And once the meeting has started, as you can see, it's going to automatically make a post in this channel. And I can now see it says meeting in affiliate marketing. All of the rest of my team will be able to see this. And then all they have to do is click on join. And they will be able to join this meeting right here. Within the meeting, we have a chat, so we can go chat, and this is where your team members can like talk without having to jump in. So we could just like start typing right here, and it's going to show up as a chat log. Something important with this is when you are chatting inside of Teams, this is basically going to show up underneath. So the conversation that we have inside of Teams in this meeting, it is going to show up and it's going to be there permanently. I mean, you can go in if you said something that wasn't especially nice and there's somebody in the team that you don't want to see it. Well, you can go in and you can delete this, but it is going to show up that the message has been deleted and it's going to show who deleted it. So be careful if you're in a team meeting right here and you think that somebody in the team won't be able to see, so you type something right here, and as damage limitation, they still will be able to see that you deleted a message. We can also go into people and see who is currently in this meeting. We can then go to raise. So this is if you want to raise your hand, as you can see right there. It's going to give this raised hand icon. And if you have a question or something, you can maybe raise your hand without having to butt in. We can lower your hand right there. We can also send reactions, which are going to look like this. We can go over here. If you want to share your screen, then we can set this up so you can give like live demonstrations. You can show people your screen and what you are doing. And then at camera and mic, we can just turn this off. We can turn the microphone off as well. And that is how you can use the meetings area. So we can either leave or end this meeting. So I'm just going to end the meeting right now. End, and just like that, that meeting is going to be ended. And then what we can also do is we can go up here and schedule a meeting. So maybe we don't want a meeting right now, but maybe we have a meeting for tomorrow. So what I can do is just title this meeting. So I'll just call this GeForce. So I just call this GeForce North meeting. Add required attendees. So if there's anybody in your team that is required to be there, then you can add them in right here. We can then choose the date and time for this meeting. So I'm going to set this tomorrow at 10 a.m. Then we can set up the location. So for the location, I'm just going to say that this is in the affiliate marketing channel. Then we can add details for this meeting. And then once the meeting is set up, we can click on send. And that is going to schedule that meeting in everybody's calendar who you added in. It's also going to send a post right here inside of the channel to show your team that this is a meeting that has been scheduled. And then when it's time for the meeting, they can come along and click on join, and it's going to join them into the meeting right here. Outside of the Teams area, we have a few other tabs on this left-hand side. This top one is activity, and this is basically going to show you any activity or mentions that you have. So what mentions are is essentially somebody can come along here, and if they want to tag you specifically, let's say I want to go start a post and I want to tag somebody. So what I could do is put this @ icon right here and type in like Mark. And then if I had a team member called Mark, I would basically be able to select him right here. And then what it's going to do is if you get tagged, so if somebody specifically mentions you, it's going to show up in this section. So the activity section is going to show you anytime somebody mentions you. It's going to show you any reactions somebody did to your post. So if I go right here and drop a reaction, well, that is going to show up right here in the activity section. And also anytime somebody comments on one of your posts, it's also going to show up right there as well. So if somebody commented on your post, send, this is going to show up in the activity section. So the activity section is basically going to condense the entire chat down. Of course, it's always a good idea to be checking in the full channel, but the activity section is just going to give you a more compact version of this, showing you things that are only specific to you. Then we can go down to chat, and this is where you can have one-on-one DMs with anybody in the team. So what we could do is go into Teams right here and find a team member, click on this chat icon, and this is going to take you into this one-on-one area. So right now, I am just specifically chatting with Riley. There's nobody else in this conversation, and I can say hello, send. And if I now go over to the chat area, this is where you can have a one-on-one conversation with anybody you want to have a one-on-one conversation with. So right here, I can see I have a conversation with Riley. I could have a conversation with Mark right here. And we can just click through and we can have these one-on-one conversations without the rest of the team being able to see what we are saying. There's another way of starting one of these chats. So we can just go up to new chat right here, enter in the person's name. So if they are part of your team, they would just show up. We can enter them in, type the message, and that is the chat area. The calendar area is where you can come in here and we can see any meetings that have been added by any of these channels right here. So you can see because I created a meeting in this affiliate marketing channel, this is now going to show up on my calendar. Alternatively, you can book your calendar out. So we can click in here and let's say tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm going to be recording some YouTube content. So I can click in here and I'm going to say record YouTube content. And in the calendar area, you can add and create new meetings. So let's say I want to create a meeting today at 12. I can just go to 12 and then we can create the meeting right here. So we go through and fill out all of the information. I already showed you this earlier on when we created this meeting, so I'm not going to do that again. But we can basically add meetings in right here. We can choose to meet now, so we would just grab this link and then we can share this with whoever we want to meet with. We can also go down to the call section. So let's say that you want to speak to somebody, but you don't want to set up an entire meeting. Well, we can just go down to the calls area, choose who you want to call, and then you can just give them a quick call through Microsoft Teams. And this is a much quicker way than setting up a full meeting. We also have OneDrive. So this is where you can upload any files into Microsoft Teams. So I could just go add new. We can then create different folders. You can link up Microsoft Word and Excel, and you can basically store all of your files right here on OneDrive, which gives you very easy access if you need to drop them into Teams. So we could go add new, and I could create a folder right here, and just call this like a YouTube thumbnails folder. Then we could set this up, choose the folder color, and create. Once this is created, we can then click in, and then we would just go in here, add new, files upload, and then we can upload any files that we want to upload into this section. So this is just a very cool way of being able to have all of your files inside of Teams right here. The only thing that you need to do is add them all in, make sure they are in the correct folders. In the admin panel, this is where we can basically set up all of the admin work inside of Teams. So we can go in here and we have some top actions. So it gives us an easy way to add a user, manage messaging permissions. So we can go in here, choose if guests can delete messages. So if we turn this off, nobody can delete messages. Select Giphy content rating. So allow all content, set this to strict, anything like that. We can go down to users on this left-hand side and see all of the users who are part of our team. And if you want to remove somebody, then we can just click on these dots, delete user, and we can delete this user from our team. We can also manage all of our teams right here, see all of the teams that we have, manage the members, we can delete teams, we can edit the name and description, all of that good stuff. We can go down to subscriptions, and this is where we can manage all of our Microsoft Office subscriptions. So you can see I have one right here. And then we have a few more settings right here that you can go down and play around with. And I'm not going to go into detail with all of these individual settings because that would take too long. But I recommend, if this is your first time in Teams, coming into this area and just playing with these settings and setting them to ones that you like. Finally, we can come up to this area right here. And this is where you can change your work status. So right now I'm set to available, but I can set to any of these other options to show the team that I'm like busy, for example. I could set this to busy. And as you can see, I'm going to get a red dot next to my icon. We can also set a work location, so office or remote. I can say I'm currently remote. And then I can set a status message. So right now I am busy. So maybe I can say on vacation. And then my entire team will be able to see that I'm on vacation whenever they click on my profile. So that is my complete Microsoft Teams tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.